Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. And today is a back day. It's actually going to be a mix of the back width and the back thickness. And I actually added a little more volume to this training because back is one of the biggest muscle groups in your body, and it does need a little more volume, at least in my case, to properly fill out. It is a big muscle group and a delicate muscle group at the same time, and that is why I want to hit it at every angle that I possibly can.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
So the first exercise of this back workout is a lat pulldown, but I'm not using the regular pull-down bar. I'm actually using a bar with a neutral or hammer grip on it. I notice that I get a much better stretch here and I'm stronger in this position, and you want to be as strong as you possibly can on an exercise like this in order to really stimulate the muscles with as much load as you can while keeping the range of motion complete and your form good as well. So I'm able to get a very nice stretch and a nice contraction, and on top of that, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who had an amazing back with low lat insertions, also did this lat pull-down version, as you can see right here. And right now I'm feeling quite a lot of muscle ache, and that is partly due to the stretch portion of this one exercise. So always remember to stretch.
Let's break the bar.
Look at this guy. Natural and the strongest of the gym. He has a great free style.
And to emphasize the stretch even more, this is one of my favorite exercises to achieve that ultimate stretch, as well as a very nice contraction. I've always seen this exercise as kind of a combination between a row and a pull down, because you're basically pulling the weight down, but it's kind of in a rowing position because of the handle and the way your body is positioned. Now unfortunately this cable is a little too long for me, so I cannot sit up entirely straight, but that is not really necessary because you can still stretch out the lats fully if you bend back a little bit, and you will actually work your traps a little as well for the back thickness. And yeah, I want to show you guys a couple of sets that I'm doing right here to show you that even when I'm progressing in the sets, the range of motion and the form is still pretty much the same. As you can see, when I'm going up, I'm not just stretching my arms, but I'm even stretching the lats a bit further up. And this little motion, this little part of the range of motion is really what makes the difference between a good back and a great back. You want to get the most out of each and every exercise, so a full stretch and a full contraction in those back muscles. Why? There's a lot of different muscle insertions, a lot of different kind of muscle fibers in your back, and if you want to hit them all, if you want a fully detailed complete back, you better hit a complete range of motion.
That's how we do it. Light. Light as white.
So now I'm showing you set number 3, and after this I have one more set, but we didn't record that. I just wanted to show you this one right here, that even when it's getting pretty heavy already at the second exercise, I'm still stretching all the way up. I keep bringing this up because a lot of people, especially during back exercises, start to cheat a little bit on the range of motion by shortening it at the top, which makes it obviously a lot easier. The same, of course, for example, applies to a bench press. When you're starting out with the exercise, you still put the bar in your chest, you do a full range of motion, but when you get to a heavier weight, you kind of shorten the range of motion so that your muscles don't have to do as much work by not letting the bar drop to the chest. And that is not what we want.
Let's break our backs.
Alright, now it is time for the next exercise, and I'm starting to put plates on this following machine, the T-bar row. And to me, this machine actually feels a lot heavier than the regular bar, you know, the loose barbell, the free weight. I don't know why. It's probably because of the positioning as well. You know, your positioning is not parallel to the floor, but it's actually a little higher, angled up, and that's why my back isn't parallel to the floor, but it's parallel to the plateau that I'm standing on. So if you have a regular T-bar row, which is the free weight, and it is parallel to the floor, then do make sure that your back is parallel when performing the exercise. I have watched Arnold perform this exercise, and I'm trying to mimic it by really using my motion to get a maximum contraction and a maximum stretch. The next exercise is again one of my favorites, and you notice that the first exercise was a pull down, then I did a V-bar pull down, which to me is kind of a transition to, well, from a pull down to a rowing movement. Then we did a T-bar row, which is, you know, a hard rowing movement, and now we're really focusing on a stretching rowing movement, the seated row. Why I say stretching is because I think the stretch again is the most important aspect here, as it would be on most back exercises. However, don't forget the contraction for that back thickness. But I like to emphasize the stretch because that's what a lot of people forget. A lot of people sit upright and don't allow their torso to move forward in order to stretch the lats out. Because as you can see, Kane doing that movement right here, as soon as he moves his torso forward, the angle of his arms towards his lats has changed, allowing him to stretch even further. And that is how you should do it indeed. And even when it gets pretty heavy, usually the 2 last sets of every exercise that I do are quite heavy. The last set usually to failure, and the set before that almost to failure. You usually can't see it, but it does feel very heavy. But as you can see, I'm still using a full stretch and a good contraction on that exercise, even when it's heavy. And then to finish off the back, the 5th exercise of today, the cable pullover. Normally you could do a double pullover, but I recently did that on my chest day, and I haven't done this in a while, so that's why I'm doing it right now. It's a very good one to get the lats stretched out when you get them pumped up from all the exercises before, and you get a very nice contraction as well.
Lightweight. Lightweight.
Alright, now that we've finished back in such an awesome way, it is time for the biceps. And we're starting out with drag curls with just a bar, because I want to protect my biceps and not mess them up again. Anyway, we're starting out with 10 reps of drag curls and then 6 reps of regular barbell curls. Now, what are drag curls? As you can see, the movement that I was doing is different than the movement you're seeing right here, the regular barbell curl. Drag curls is when you literally drag your elbow behind you at the same time pulling up the barbell with your bicep. This actually adds more stress and more strain to the biceps and will contract them at a bigger peak contraction at the top, which is very good for that bicep peak. It's just a variation upon the regular barbell curl. And here you can see it from a different angle. As you go up with the barbell, you slightly pull back your elbow so that the stress and the angle that's put upon your bicep is different. And because I want to pump the biceps up right away for the other exercises, I make it a superset and add some barbell curls as well, because why not? And then it is time to work on the peak even more, because I really want to use this ultimate lean bulk to get some quality mass on the spots, on the areas that I want to recreate the golden era physique. Anyway, this is a close grip easy curl bar. The close grip makes sure that there's more emphasis on the outside of the biceps, which causes the peak to protrude more than usual. And the concentration curls are basically doing the same, but this time you have to concentrate, as the name suggests. How do you concentrate? Well, you gotta pull the dumbbell, gotta curl it up to your other shoulder, so to the shoulder of your other arm. You can see it quite clearly here. You keep your arm completely still, tilt it a little bit so that you get a constant tension on the bicep, and then curl it upwards to your other shoulder. And this way you will put constant tension on the bicep and you're working the bicep peak at the same time. And that's exactly what we want. Anyway guys, this was the video of today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something, of course, and I will be posting a lot more videos because I'm really starting to get the hang of this lean bulk now, and my strength is improving. I'm getting more full right now. I'm eating quite a lot actually, and I will make a separate video about all that, including my workout split. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you like the video, and don't forget to stay golden.